Okay, I'd like to tell you about a gig that I went to a little while ago. It was a superhero gig, and they were doing a UK tour, and they were stopping off at Swansea, which is near the town centre, so it was only £4 to get in. I was like, £4? Fantastic. Went down there, paid me £4. As soon as the doors opened, I was in the building, and I was about the 5th person in the building, other than the band themselves and the stewards and sound technicians and what have you. It's about the 5th person there, and only about 50 people turned up overall, so it was really a small gig. And for saying that the building can hold 300 people, it was really, really small. Few number of people went. And but in saying that only 50 people went, it was an absolutely fantastic gig. It really was. And the reason why, right, there was this amazing support band called the Steels, who were just a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds, 3 of them, but they played with such professionalism. They played with amazing stage presence. They played like there was 500 people in the room. And for saying that there was only 50 people in the room, they just wiped the floor. They were absolutely phenomenal. They were really, really going for it. I mean, when there's 50 people in a room and you're in that crowd, you sort of just want to stand there. There's that sort of feeling that you don't actually want to dance. And if you do dance, you're a bit of a nut, you know what I mean? You need to kind of be locked up and throw away the key, because you're really putting yourself out. And so you're there, and you're standing there watching them, and they're absolutely going for it. They're doing all this head banging, they're playing with all the overdrive, and they're singing their heart out, and the drummer's going absolutely ballistic. You think he's going to break the skin on the drums. He didn't, by the way, but he looks like he's going to. And about halfway through their set, the bassist comes up during one of the songs, in between one of the songs. He comes up to the mic and he says this, something along the lines of this. He says, "Right, okay, great you're all here, fantastic to see you all. We're the Steels, blah 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 blah. We've got a competition for you. What we're going to do is we're going to give a copy away of our debut album to the person here tonight who is the maddest dancer in the room." Immediately, a bunch of 12 to 14-year-olds come from the back and they rush up to the front of the stage, loads and loads of excitement. Down at the front, from the start of the gig, were 4 11 or 12-year-olds. And I was really tempted throughout the entire night to go up to them and try and start a mosh pit with them, just to see what happens. I think it's just really funny. You get me, a 20-year-old, having a mosh pit with these 11-year-olds. It'd just be hilarious. So I was really, really tempted, but I thought, no, it'd be really bad, you know what I mean? It's not fair to do that to 12-year-olds. But the bassist says this, and he says, we're going to do this. And suddenly, there's loads and loads of 12-year-olds, loads of 14-year-olds, rushed right up to the front, full of excitement. I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around, and it's a friend of mine, Tim. He says, "Dave, I dare you to win that CD." Well, I just laughed it off. I mean, that's what you're doing, you just laugh. Oh, yeah, can you imagine? That would be absolutely hilarious. He says, "I dare you, go on the stage, because then you'll definitely win, won't you? Because it's the maddest thing you could possibly do." I just laughed. Oh, can you imagine it? It'd be absolutely ridiculous. Part of me thought about it, but I mean, I'd get kicked out. I'd be carried outside by a bunch of big burly blokes, thrown outside and told to go away. And I don't want that, because I was enjoying the gig, and I'd probably never be allowed back in Swansea ever again. I didn't want that. So I was like, just laughed it off. Started sipping on my Coke as I was doing. Immediately, the band play. And suddenly, all these 14-year-olds are up at the front, start jumping up and down with their finger pointing in the air. I was watching them thinking, that's mad dancing. My word, that is a poor attempt at mad dancing. They've done the first verse, they've done the chorus, and again, I get a tap on my shoulder. It's Tim again. He says, "Dave, go on. you know you want to. Sort of laughed it off a little bit, a little bit less laughter than before, ridiculous, wasn't it? And he says, go on, give me your glasses, give me your coat, go on. So I'm like, right, okay, I pass him my coat, I give him my glasses, and right, okay, I'm just standing there still. He's like giving me a little bit of a push, trying to push me on. I'm just going to wait till the next chorus. So, they're doing the second verse by now, and they're playing it away. And 10 seconds before the chorus, I get this voice inside my head going, "Don't do it! Don't do it, you nutcase! People will think you're really weird, don't do it! You'll be like carried out, and like people will look at you and think, there's Dave, the weirdo, don't do it, man!" And this was like convincing me. I was thinking, yeah, people are actually going to think that I'm a complete nutcase. I'm not going to do this. This is going to be like the weirdest thing I've ever done. So I was just about to go, alright, give me my coat back, give me glasses back. And then the first chord of the chorus plays. Obviously that wouldn't be the end. That'd be a really boring story if it was. What happened? Did I win? Well, here's the answer. As soon as the first chord of the chorus that the band are playing plays, I find myself jumping up to the front of the stage, next to where these 4 11 to 12-year-olds who have been at the front all evening were. And I must have jumped a good, 10 feet or something. It felt like a really long way. Leapt across, right to the front of the stage. First thing I do, I see one of these 12-year-olds, I give one of them a really hard push. He falls against the stage, and he just turns around, him and his mates, and they look at me with this look of, what are you doing, you nutcase? Immediately I realise these guys are kids, they ain't got a clue. And so I thought, right, if I can't do it with them, I'll have to do it by myself. I'll show you exactly how I danced. And being honest, right, I've got no idea where this dance came from. I just went absolutely ballistic. I started doing this. Right, the arms just going all over the place. And people are backing away from me. They're thinking, whoa, this guy's going to hit me if I get too close, right? And then, so I'm doing this, and then I start headbanging, right? I'm not that kind of headbanging. I'm doing this. I was absolutely going for it, right? We were doing just that for about 30 seconds. I was absolutely wrecked, right? I was still absolutely going for it. I'm doing this, but this time I'm puffing and panting, I'm getting really, really wrecked. Luckily, the band do the bridge. I'm thinking, great, a little bit of a quiet section. I turn round to these 14-year-olds there, and I start going like, yeah, woo, yeah, like this. Turn back around, the band got back into another chorus. I'm doing this again, I'm going absolutely mad. And then suddenly, the band stop. They finish the song. So I turn around, and calmly, as though nothing has happened, right, I turn around, and there, staring at me, are 50 people. That's it. Any good reputation that I had with any of these people is completely destroyed, but it doesn't put me off. I just walk back to where I was as though nothing had happened. I grab my Coke, I put on my glasses, I start sipping away, because by this time, my throat is absolutely dry. I'm puffing and panting, and because of that headbanging thing that I was doing, I've got this pain right at the bottom of my back. And, well, the bassist says this.